All right. How's it going? Looks like things are heating up with the war in Israel. Looks like the United States, they did say we're going to support Israel. Nobody really knew exactly what that meant, but we have full commitment here of an entire strike group being sent to the Mediterranean Sea. So let's go ahead and dig into this because we have a bit of material to cover. If you're watching this posted video, make sure to turn on your notifications because you're going to miss every video and live stream. So turn on notifications. Please like the video. Otherwise, you'll miss everything because we're updating you left and right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. All right, first things first, like I just said, we have a carrier group, but we actually have a statement straight from the DoD themselves that give us the exact number of aircraft and what the intentions are behind this move. Some people are calling it an escalation of force. Some people are saying this is the safe objective. I will let you guys decide. Hello, everybody. Here's a statement from Secretary Lloyd J. Austin III on the U.S. force posture changes in the Middle East, because everything changes. My thoughts continue to be with the people of Israel and many families who have lost loved ones. And by the way, if you're watching this live or the video again, I will be showing you the count of foreign nationals who've been hurt in Israel, because you have to understand we have a lot more people being involved in this conflict. The United States, Germany, Ukraine. Reason being is because their own citizens have been either captured, brought back into Gaza Strip, or even worse, taken out, casualties. Okay, my thoughts continue to be with the people of Israel and many families who have lost loved ones as a result of the abhorrent attack by Hamas. I can't say the T word, but you know what it says. Today, in response to this Hamas attack on Israel and following detailed discussions with President Biden, I have directed several steps to strengthen the DoD posture in the region to bolster regional deterrence efforts. Okay. I have directed a movement of the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group to the Eastern Mediterranean. This is not necessarily a new move because there's typically a strike group in the area, considering Russia also operates in the Mediterranean. So this is not like the craziest thing ever, but it's still like an immediate response. This includes the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, the Ticonderoga class guided missile cruiser USS Normandy, as well as the Aurelia Burke class. Sorry if I said that wrong to all the Navy people. Again, make sure you like the stream, turn on your notifications because you're going to miss everything. Class guided missile destroyer, the USS Thomas Hudner. Dude, they're sending everything. USS Ramage, USS Carney, and the USS Roosevelt. That's the big boy. We have also taken steps to augment U.S. Air Force F-35s, F-15, F-16, and A-10 fighter aircraft squadrons in the region. When the A-10s enter the chat, you know it's real. The U.S. maintains ready forces globally to further reinforce this deterrence posture if required. Now, again, they're not sitting here saying that these strikes are going to immediately be helping Israel or go into the Gaza Strip, but you have to assume that we are in the area due to the direct response of what was happening. I see the birds in the chat. In addition, the United States government will rapidly be providing the Israeli Defense Forces with additional equipment and resources, including munitions. The first security assistance will begin moving today and arriving in the coming days. So that's going to be the extent of what exactly the U.S. military is doing. Handing over some munitions, which is pretty typical. Strengthening our joint force posture, in addition to the material support that we will rapidly provide to Israel, underscores the United States' ironclad support for the Israeli Defense Forces and the Israeli people. My team and I will continue to be in close contact with our Israeli counterparts to ensure that they will have what they need to protect their citizens and defend themselves against these heinous attacks. That is straight from the DoD. Again, if you're just joining, the jets that are there, F-35, F-15s, F-16s, and the good old A-10 Warthog. As far as the foreign nationals that have been impacted, and of course foreign nationals just meaning U.S. citizens, etc., several foreign nationals have been taken out during the Hamas attacks in the Israeli occupied lands. Make sure you guys are liking the live stream and the video. Thank you for being here. And turn on your notifications. Among those taken out are 2 Ukrainian nationals, according to President Zelensky. 1 French citizen was also taken out. 10 citizens of Nepal were also taken out in Israel. And at least 3 Americans were among those taken out. Now, is this a total justification to go in and have a full-blown conflict? You guys can be the judge. I'm the notification guy. Says a comment. Now, overall attacks, obviously Israel and Israel and the people of Gaza are taking the brunt of the casualties. Now, excuse me, I can't say some of the words on here, so I'm going to do my best to make it understandable for you guys. The human cost of Israeli attacks. More than 1,000 people have been taken out in the latest fighting between Hamas and the Israeli military, including 413 Palestinians. Which is not good. I mean, at the end of the day, one thing that I'm really trying to do is that we're not glorifying this at all. But we do need to report. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. We all have our natural biases, but this is a very sad thing. You don't ever want to see this happen, ever. I almost didn't even want to report on any of this. Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip over the past 15 years have resulted in the taking out of thousands of people. So again, depending on what news source you're at, we're at Al Jazeera. They're clearly going to have a tonality of anti-Israel. It is what it is. I see you, mechanics. All right. Again, these tolls and casualties, it's very hit or miss, and it's like it's coming in left and right. Here's another report on the carrier coming in. Welcome to prelude to World War III. We'll see. Somebody made a good point. Is this going to be GWAT 2.0, global war on the T word? I don't necessarily think so. The issue with this is that there's so much reliance from Hamas and Hezbollah to have a backing from Iran, and that eventually runs out real quick. Now, if these guys have been storing up arms and getting ready for a long time, who knows how long this could last? But either way, unlike the guys fighting in Afghanistan, you can't say their names either, they had what were called fighting seasons, so they would fight for half of the year, and then they would just leave and pack up and get ready for the next year. So 6 months out of the year, you had intense fighting. Half the year, it was chilling out, then you'd come back. So that's why you had such an extension of a 20-year period fighting in Afghanistan, whereas unlike here, it's like a quick 1-2 punch and then hide. But this quick 1-2 punch was quite the knockout, if you ask me. And this is pretty depressing news. U.S. military moving aircraft carrier strike group and military aircraft closer to Israel as a show of support and will begin to supply Israel with munitions and other military supplies immediately. Yeah, we saw all this. And yeah, that number is looming in the 413 of Palestinians taken out. So that's in 2 days. I'm in Mexico and don't want war. I agree with you. I don't think anybody does. Let's go ahead and see any updated attacks. So this is actually not shocking, but this is a little bit like, why would you put yourself out there? Hopefully you guys could see this. I'll move my face over here. So this is a live update map, and I apologize if it's a little slow, and I apologize for the ads, because that's what they do on here. This little phone icon is hovering over the country of Iran, and you get your live updates of news articles that are happening in the area, whether it's like, oh, look at that little dog. This is what Iran has to say. The president of Iran defined the surprise attack by Hamas as a victory. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. In conversation with the leader of Hamas, it's interesting to me, like Iran says we talk directly to Hamas. Like they're just very open about it. He said, "You made the Islamic nation happy with this initiative," Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi told Hania. Interesting. So that's what Iran is saying. We can zoom in on some more conflict and action going on down here. I mean, all of the action is in the Gaza Strip. You got 1 and 2s happening over in the northeast currently. And if you watch a previous live stream from this, it should be posted before this. Hezbollah also has, if you will, entered the chat. They want in on this fight. You potentially have Syria getting involved, not the government Syria, but the factions who operate within Syria. There are videos of motorcycles coming from Lebanon. We'll check that out at some point. Let's see what this truck is. Here we go. The reinforcements included drones, Iranian... This might be what you're talking about. The reinforcements included drones, Iranian M-words, and advanced weapons that arrived at military sites in Daraa. Leaders and members of the Lebanese Hezbollah militia entered a number of military sites in northwest of Daraa and other sites of the Quinitra Governorate close to the border with the occupied Golan. Military reinforcements entered Tel Aqaid, which is located near the town of Jabab, north of Daraa, and similar reinforcements from the foreign militias entered a number of military hills located northwest of Daraa. Everybody wants in on this fight. Literally a few seconds ago, another live update. Again, make sure you're liking the stream and turn on your notifications because you'll miss every stream, people. Like, Afghanistan now wants in on this. I wasn't going to even talk about Afghanistan. You can't say the faction there, the guys who start with the letter T. They've been talking about wanting to somehow be involved with this, but honestly, logistically speaking, I don't think they have the stability to even do that. Iran, Afghanistan Acting FM had a phone call. Iran said Iranian aid, relief, and rescue teams arrived in Afghanistan today on Sunday to help with the victims of recent earthquakes. So, looks like Iran and Afghanistan are allies. This map is legit. A report, Lebanon after the launch of Patriot Israel attack. Interesting. Yeah, Afghanistan, the second that they said that we want in with the whole Israeli thing, they had an earthquake, so it's unfortunate. You got fighting down near Egypt. Taliban pulling up in Blackhawks. Too soon. Yeah, thank you, Blacklight. And Blacklight and everybody joining, make sure you turn on the notifications because I'd like to do at the beginning of the video some like past news, and now we're doing the updated news portion. So, yeah, a lot of evacuations going on here. A lot of people are questioning how loyal Egypt is. I didn't have the report here, but Israel was reporting that Egypt, not Egypt, but people in Egypt took out Israeli tourists and their guide in Egypt. So you can't put the total blame on Egypt, but nonetheless, it does look like you got to be careful if you are affiliated or an Israeli in this area, the Middle East at least. And thank you everyone for being here. Okay, within actually, you can see here within the Gaza Strip, I mean, all these missiles represent the air campaign. And you also have a naval campaign as well, which is not talked about too much, so maybe we'll talk about it. A minute ago, Israel's army says a Navy missile boat struck 3 rocket launchers aimed at Israel. I apologize. I'm not the type of person who likes to show combat clips. I'm not opposed to it because it is the accuracy of what's happening on the ground. I do reference and look at the combat clips, to be honest with you, to try and verify what's real or not real. But on this channel, I'm just not going to show it or glorify it. I would feel very icky making money off of people's demise. I already feel kind of weird doing this, so I try to do it the classiest way I can, to be honest with you, because I actually wish this conflict would not happen and be over today. I'm not hating on anyone who shows combat clips on YouTube, but that's just not what I do. I'm sorry. Much love, though. Yeah, I think I do want to cover Israel's Navy did not get enough credit. They really did repel Hamas attacks trying to come in. You hear about the air, sea, and land attack. There was really no sea attack because they got blasted to the moon by the Israeli Navy. So, somebody said it was an Egyptian police officer who took out the tourist group. If that's the case, that's not good. So yeah, you can see this is just constant air campaign. I don't know how much longer this air campaign can last, but I'll tell you this. Israel right now is having a bit of trouble trying to retake these settlement areas and the border of the Gaza Strip. It's still very contentious, and Israel's in the middle of a not humanitarian crisis, but they're literally finding bodies of places where people got taken out. So they're trying to clean up the mess before they can actually go in and fight, because they're going to be half on the defensive and half on the offensive. So I don't know how much this air campaign is going to do. To me, it looks like they're just trying to buy time. But I've seen reports that Israel is like, oh, we want to wipe Gaza off the map. And the thing that I'm bothered about a little bit, I'm just going to be honest, is like there are civilians in there who have absolutely nothing to do with any of this, and they're the ones who truly suffer. So it's very stinky, if you ask me. But yeah, so that's currently what's going on. You got the U.S. Navy who wants in on the fight. They're going to be bringing over supplies for Israel. I don't think they'll get too involved with an air campaign. If they do, we probably won't hear about it. Why would they say anything? It's just going to make things worse. But nonetheless, I think Hamas and Hezbollah, they're doing their job. They're provoking the West, if you will, to come into the fight. That's what they want. They don't want peace. I want peace. I don't know about you guys, so. All right. Thank you guys for everything. I'm going to post this video and I'll keep you guys updated. This is what we have so far, but it's an ever-changing conflict. Things are changing left and right. I'm honestly just waiting for this ground campaign to see what happens. I don't know how long this is going to last, because eventually these groups are going to run out of munitions and supplies, unless Iran this whole time has been funding them left and right. We don't know. Israel has no idea how long this is going to last. It looks like it's going to last quite a while, though. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, turn on your notifications. As you can see, when you guys do that, we have more people here to chill out and hang out. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for liking the video. And we'll see you later. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Love you guys.